Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum, and very good morning to all my students. All right, so we are going to continue our discussion on biology SPM revision on your cuti belajar handout. So please open your handout and go to the chapter 4. Okay, so for today we are going to discuss on the chapter 4, chemical composition in a cell. Right, so let's go to the question 1A. So in the section A, the diagram 1.1 shows food samples which contain fatty acids. Right, so the food sample B and food sample Q. Okay, so based on diagram 1.1, name the type of fatty acids in those cooking oil sample. Alright, so you have to know that, there are two types of the fatty acid. Okay, what are they? Saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acid. Okay, so for the cooking oil sample B, the type of the fatty acid is saturated fatty acid. Saturated fatty acid. Alright. Okay, and then whereby for the cooking oil sample Q, it is unsaturated fatty acid. Alright, so you have to know that. Okay, please go back to your textbook and make sure you can differentiate between the saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acid. Okay, now we go to the question 1B. Diagram 1.2 shows part of word equation for breaking down. For breaking down cooking oil sample B and Q. Right? Okay, so sample B and Q refer to the fats. Fats are triglyceride. Okay, so fats are triglyceride. Okay, so when the breaking down of the triglyceride, okay, what happened? One molecule of triglyceride plus water, okay, by the process M. Okay, by the process M, so it broke down into one molecule of the glycerol and 3 molecules of fatty acid. Okay, so go to the question based on diagram 1.2. Explain process M. Okay, so you have to explain what is the process occur here. What is the process occur here when the triglycerides are broken down into one molecule of the glycerol and 3 molecules of fatty acid. Okay, so this is referred to the suggested answer. So M process is hydrolysis. Okay, so when it involves the broken down process, it is referred to the hydrolysis and also involve water here, right? Okay, hydro refer to the water, lysis refer to the breakdown. Breakdown in the presence of water. Okay, so the triglyceride is breakdown by water. Okay, another one mark here. And then water is used to break the bond between glycerols and fatty acids. Okay, so 3 marks here. 3 marks here. Okay, so this is referred to the answer for the question 1B. Okay, now we go to the question C. Compare and contrast between cooking oil sample B and Q. Okay, cooking oil sample P and Q. Okay, so you have to identify again, okay, what is a sample P and sample Q. Sample P and sample Q refer to the, this is referred to the pure butter G, which is referred to the saturated fat. Saturated fat because it contains saturated fatty acid. Okay, whereby corn oil refer to the unsaturated fat. Unsaturated fat because it contains unsaturated fatty acid. Okay, so let's go to the compare and contrast. Okay, so because of the mark allocated is only 2 mark, okay, you have to state one similarity and one difference. Yeah, with one difference, right? So one similarity and one difference. Okay, so this is referred to the suggested answer. Okay, similarity, both consist of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen elements. Alright, so carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen refer to the elements of the lipid. Okay, so both consist. So you have to state both. You have to write both because it is referred to the sample P and sample Q. Okay, both consist of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen elements. Or you can write both contain glycerol and fatty acids, right? Or you can write both contain non-polar molecules. Okay, so this is referred to the similarities. Okay, next we go to the difference. Okay, difference between the saturated fat and unsaturated fat. Okay, saturated fat, fatty acids only have single bond between the carbon. Yeah, okay, fatty acid only have single bond between carbon. Okay, so if you do not understand what do you mean by the single bond, okay, so please go to your textbook. Okay, go to page 78. Right, you can see the table 4.2 there. There are a diagram, yeah, on the fatty acid, yeah, fatty acid which has only a single bond, yeah, between the carbon. Okay, while for the unsaturated fats, yeah, the fatty acids have at least one double bond between the carbon. Yeah, so this fatty acid have at least one double bond. Okay, next, the difference, do not form chemical bond with additional hydrogen atoms because all bond between the carbon atoms are saturated. Alright, so because of all the fatty acid have single bond, so no more additional of hydrogen atom can bind with the bond. Yeah, okay. Next, for the unsaturated fat, double bond can still receive one or more additional hydrogen atoms because carbon atoms are unsaturated. Right? Okay, so the third difference exists in solid form. Okay, this one is the simplest that you can memorize. Yeah? The saturated fat exists in solid form at room temperature, whereby for the unsaturated fat exists in liquid form, yeah, at room temperature. Okay, so this is very obvious difference, yeah, that we can see. Okay, so these are referred to the suggested answer for the difference between the saturated fat and unsaturated fat. So you can choose any point there, right? Okay, next we go to the question 1D. Okay, diagram 1.3 shows the food pyramid proposed by for the use of Malaysians. Okay, so this is referred to the Malaysian food pyramid. Alright, okay, so based on the 1.3 diagram, discuss the role of lipids, okay, taken in our daily diet. Okay, so you have to underline here, you have to state the role of the lipids. Okay, so what is the function of the lipids? Okay, because of the 2 marks, you have to state 2 function of the lipid. Okay, first, fats function as a liner to protect internal organs, right? Okay, so you can write protect internal organs. Okay, next, you can write act as a heat insulator. Okay, so this is referred to the suggested answer for the question 1D. Refer to the function of the lipid. Okay, next we go to the section B, yeah, essay question 1A. Okay, 1A, organic compounds are chemical compounds that contain carbon element. Yeah, organic compound refer to the chemical compound that contain carbon element. If non-organic, Yeah, non-organic refer to the chemical compound that have no carbon. Yeah, no carbon element. Yeah, for example, water. Alright. Okay, next we go to the next sentence. The proteins, carbohydrates, yeah, and nucleic acids are polymer. Yeah, polymer molecules of organic compounds that is very important to cell. So describe the presence and importance of organic compounds such as protein in a cell. Okay, so please underline here. So what the question wants you to answer, it is referred to the presence and importance of protein. Yeah, okay, the presence and importance of organic compounds such as protein. So specifically, the question wants you to describe or explain about the protein. Right, okay, so this is referred to the suggested answer. Okay, so because of the 6 marks, you have to state 6 points or more than that, right? Okay, protein is synthesized in the ribosome. All right, you can write, you can state, yeah, okay, the protein comes from where? It's synthesized in the ribosome. So major component of the cytoplasm and plasma membrane. Yes, so protein is a major component of cytoplasm, yeah, and plasma membrane. Okay, then okay, keratin. Yeah, keratin is an example of a protein that builds hair and nails. Okay, so you can give the example of the protein and also the function of the protein. Okay, carrier proteins on the plasma membrane function for the transport of substance across the plasma membrane. Okay, so this is referred to the example of the protein and its role. Yeah, and its role, its function. For example, you can give the example is carrier protein, and then you have to state the function of the carrier protein. Yeah, so it is important for the transport of substance across the plasma membrane. Okay, and you can say also the other example of the protein, which are enzymes, antibodies, and hormones, also proteins. Okay, what is the function of the enzymes? Okay, enzymes catalyze the body's metabolic activity or metabolic response, right? Antibodies. Okay, so antibodies function is to protect the body from the infection or from the pathogen attack. All right, so so in the suggested answer here, there are already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 points. All right, so you can write more than that, right, to get the full mark. All right. Next, we go to the question 1B, 1 and 2. Yeah, 1B, 1 and 2. A housewife is ironing a silk dress. Yes, silk dress. Clue given here is a silk dress. Right. Silk refer to the example of protein. Right. You have to know that. Okay, using maximum temperature setting. Okay, so we can see from the diagram here. Yeah, so the silk dress are ironed by using the maximum temperature setting. So predict what will happen to the dress. Justify your answer. Okay, that is the question B1. Okay, look at the suggested answer here. Oh, this one, sorry, yeah, this is referred to the question 1B1. Okay, what happened to the dress? Yeah, it will burnt. Yeah, it will burnt. Yeah, burnt. Or you can write wrinkle, or you can write damage. Okay, to the dress. It will cause damage to the dress. Okay, and then you have to give a reason why the dress is burnt. Okay, because silk. Yes, silk is made of protein. Silk is made of protein. Okay, yeah? So if high temperature, yeah, so if high temperature, it will reduce the strength of the hydrogen bonds, and then the hydrogen bonds that bind the protein structure become loose or destroy. Yeah, the hydrogen bonds that bind the protein structure become loose or destroy. Right? And what happened? The denaturation of proteins occur. Yeah, denaturation of the protein occurs. Right? Okay, so what is a denaturation? You still remember? Okay, so denaturation occur when the chemical bonds between the protein break down, yeah, and its loss its three-dimensional form, right? Okay, so that is referred to the denaturation. Yeah, so why denaturation occur? Because of the high temperature. Okay, high temperature will cause the hydrogen bond between the protein molecule to break down. All right, and okay, so we go to the question 1b2. Yeah, question 1b2. So based on the above situation, suggest ways, suggest ways to maintain the quality of the silk dress. Alright, so how to maintain the quality of the silk? Okay, so the clue given here is referred to the silk. Silk is a protein. So how to take care of the protein? Right. Okay. So first, wash it in cold water. Yeah, wash it in cold water. Okay, and do not wring. Yeah, do not wring. So what is wring? So it means that please do not squeeze it or twist it, yeah. Do not twist it, yeah, to force the water from it, right? Okay, so do not wring. Okay, and then third one is do not expose to the direct sunlight, yeah. Do not expose to the direct sunlight, yeah, because when it exposed to the direct sunlight, it will cause the hot temperature. And then never use chlorine bleach on silk. Yeah, okay, never use chlorine bleach because chlorine bleach contain chemical substance that can destroy the chemical bond, yeah, or the hydrogen bond between the molecules, right? Okay, so all of these are referred to the ways to maintain the quality of silk dress. Okay, so you have to remember that silk is made of protein. Yeah, it's made of protein. So when it is a protein, it will affected by the temperature, it will affected by the pH. Yeah, all right. Okay, so we have to make sure that we don't use a hot water, yeah, okay, hot water, because hot temperature will destroy the chemical bond between the protein molecules, and also we do not have we avoid to use the chlorine, yeah, the chlorine bleach, because of the acidic, yeah, because of the acidic pH, so it will destroy also, yeah, it will destroy also the protein molecules. All right, okay, so I think okay, we go next to the, okay, right, question 1c1 and 2. The organic compounds in the cell, such as nucleic acid, control activity of the cell. There are two types of the nucleic acid: deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. Okay, so this is about the nucleic acid. Okay, based on the above statement, explain the structure of the nucleic acid. Yeah, so you have to explain about the structure of nucleic acid. Okay. Nucleic acid contain the elements carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and phosphorus. Okay, first point or first mark. Each unit of nucleic acid contains pentose sugar, phosphate sugar, phosphate groups, and nitrogenous base. Okay, so the basic unit of nucleic acid is nucleotide. Right, so the basic unit of the nucleic acid is nucleotide. So each nucleotide contains of pentose sugar, phosphate groups, and nitrogenous base. Okay, that is about the structure of nucleic acid. Okay, next we go to the question 2. Give differences between the deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, and ribonucleic acid. Okay, so many of you are still confused with the DNA and RNA. Okay, deoxyribonucleic acid, and this one is ribo. So deoxyribo means it consists of double strand. If ribo, just one strand or single strand of the nucleic polynucleotide. Right? Okay, so we go to the difference. Okay, because of the 4 marks allocated here, so you have to state the 4 point or more than that. Okay, so let's take a look on the diagram of the DNA and RNA. Okay, so this is referred to the DNA. Yeah, DNA. DNA consists of the 2 strands. Yeah, 2 strands. This is the first one, first strand. This is referred to the second strand. So DNA consists of the 2 polynucleotide strand, yeah, that form the double helix structure. So this form or this shape we call as double helix, yeah, double helix structure. Okay, so whereby for the RNA just only consists of the one strand of the polynucleotide, yeah, just one strand. One strand of the polynucleotide, whereby in the DNA, it consists of the 2 strands of the polynucleotide that form the double helix structure. Okay, so for the DNA, so the nitrogenous base for the DNA, it consists of the adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Okay, whereby for the RNA, the nitrogenous base consists of the adenine, guanine, same with the DNA, cytosine, but it will different for the last one, which is uracil. Yeah, the nitrogenous base for the RNA is uracil, not the thymine. Thymine is for the DNA. Okay, that is about the DNA and RNA. So make sure you can identify the structure of the DNA and RNA. RNA just only consists of the one polynucleotide strand. Yeah, if the DNA, it consists of the 2 polynucleotide strands, yeah, that form the double helix structure. Okay, let's go back to the difference, okay, between the DNA and RNA. Okay, first, consists of double double-stranded polynucleotide forming double helix structure. Okay, the key point here is double strand of polynucleotide. Okay, whereby for the RNA consists of single and short strand. Yes, single and short strand of the polynucleotide. Okay, next we go to the nitrogenous base. Yeah, nitrogenous base for the DNA are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Whereby for the RNA, the nitrogenous base are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. Yeah, uracil. Okay, it is nitrogenous base just only for RNA. The next, DNA found in the nucleus, right? Okay, so DNA will form the chromosome. Okay, so it will found in the nucleus of a cell. RNA found in the cytoplasm. Yeah, it will float in the cytoplasm, ribosome, and also inside the nucleus. Okay, next, the DNA contains genetic information. Right, contains genetic information that is passed down from the one generation to the another. So whereby RNA copies, it just copies the information carried by the DNA for use in protein synthesis, right? Okay, so RNA is important in protein synthesis, yeah, whereby the DNA will carry the genetic information, yeah, genetic information or genetic material from the parents. Okay, so that I refer to the difference between the DNA and and E. Okay, so that's all for the chapter 4, chemical composition in a cell. Okay, please study more if you still do not understand in this topic. All right. Okay, so please answer more objective question, yeah, to strengthen up your knowledge and also understanding. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you, girls.